Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner Classic Known Classics. This is episode number 22, 2236, double shot 2130. This one is going to be quite interesting because we're discussing some Superboy stuff. Well, we're discussing issues 11, 12, 13, issue 0 from Superboy Volume 6, the 4-trade that collects the series, and a trade from Jeff Johns' Green Lantern run. Now, first off, I've technically took issue 10 already, and it was actually collected in Teen Titans Volume 2, The Colony. That's what it collected in too. Well, this is also collected in these. I think it was the second trade of Superboy. Now, of course, in this one is written by Scott Lobdell, co-writing by Tom Falco. Mostly put, basically, it just. With these issues in particular. They're mostly standalone issues. You have Superboy act like he's like the king of everything. Where he's got like his own stuff. Apparently he's got money. Yeah, it's a guest appearance by Bunker. Because if you think about it, this is probably Bunker's one of his very rare appearances he made outside of the Teen Titans. This probably was his first solo outing. Even though it's a guest appearance, but... And of course also, now it was shown, I think, at one of the covers for, I think it was Teen Titans number 1, where Superboy had this Superman tattoo in his arm, and there it is. Yep, Liddell basically teases in the cover, but never showing the actual book itself, but yeah, he's got a tattoo. So yeah, so basically it's team up to fight crime, fight some robot stuff, and... Yeah, it turns out the reason he gets the apartment because Superboy robbed the bank. Yep, he robbed the bank. Now with issue 12, Tom Falco takes over as the full-time writer for a bit anyways because he leaves. Yes, for some reason this book could not keep a stable writer in the book for a certain period of time. So, in issue number 12, we just basically still hang out with Bunker. They go to the club. Basically just a hangout type of thing. It's not really a lot going on here with this one. Yeah, fighting other stuff here. It's an okay issue. The issue ends with an appearance by the skinny Amanda Waller. Yes. Yep, and then we cut to it, and we go straight to issue 0 for Superboy. Yes, issue 0. Is this issue now the backstory? It's not the backstory of Superboy per se. It is mostly put the reason why. You see, here's the thing. Apparently, Kryptonians hate clones, and apparently it's like a civil war. And you have Harvest and the fake Omen appear here. I say fake Omen because, aside from her name, this character has nothing in her appearance. This woman has nothing in common with the actual woman. Yeah, as for why in the world her eyes are bleeding, don't know. Harvest is here because, well, he's indirectly responsible for creating this version of Superboy. So, at this little war thing, and yeah, it's almost like, oh, I guess I have something more? Well, we do have a tease here of Hell. That's his name, Hell. Yeah, basically what happens next is basically a standalone issue before it goes right to Hell on Earth, which I have discussed already. You're probably thinking, why am I discussing individual issues and not discussing a trade yet? Well, there's a reason why. Because in the case of Volume 2, I've discussed most of the issue or most of the trade already. So why would I check it out? So, yeah. Then we have issue 13 where Superboy is woken up by a woman's got a blast to his head. And he's like taken to custody, but he still flies, no problem. It's mostly put like a good standalone issue. The Superboy doing his own thing, and then we lead directly into the. Then here's the thing, though. Apparently, the Superboy stuff continues from this issue continues in the Ravengers. Yes, for some reason, this book decided to set up basically have like the story continue in another book. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why, but yeah, for some reason this issue was definitely not collecting volume one of the Ravengers. For some reason, also Superboy's featured in that book too. For some reason, I give these issues roughly a 9 out of 10. Next up we have is Superboy Volume 4, Blood and Steel. And yes, this wolf creature, that is apparently Crypto. Yes. And there's also another character pops up in this trade here, who they claim is go by that name, but by all appearances, nope. I don't buy the fact this character is his name. Yeah, for some reason Abdel is back as co-writer for his issues, with for some reason kind of the cover not the interior stuff for some reason. Because you have Justin Jordan, Marv Wolfman, yeah, of course, got Abdel, Michael Allen Nelson, Frank Hanna. Yeah, artwork by Kenneth Rockford, Aubrey Silva, Robert Zaruka, Ed Baines, Andres Carrillo, Chris Cross, Rob Lean, Edgar Salazar, DM Galler Balby, Marlo Acquiz, Don Ho, Marcus 2, Dan Green, and Mark John Irwin. Yes, lots of artists on here. And this book collects Superboy 20-25, Superman 25, and Teen Titans number 2. Teen Titans number 2, not discussing that one. Superman 25, not discussing either because that's part of Krypton Returns along with Superboy 25. What am I discussing? 20-24. So yeah, mostly put Bunker being a supporting character in this book for reasons because Lobdell likes him so much. So you have him dealing with like his monster. And then you have stuff related to future stuff here. Yeah, that was 20. Yeah, 21 deals with more stuff here. Finding creatures. It's like, what the heck are we doing here with Superboy? If I'm finding random creatures and of course having high school stuff, like what? Like him do with high school for like an issue or two. Yeah, by the way, him holding high school, that lasts for like 2 issues and it dropped. And you're like, what, is he ever asleep at the wheel? My guess, these issues are so confusing. Like, oh, he's fighting monsters. No, wait, he's in high school. No, wait, now he's fighting a copy of himself for reasons. And he gets a confrontation with the Psycho Pirate. That's not the Psycho Pirate. How? The mask is completely wrong. The Psycho Pirate's got the Medusa mask, not this thing. I'd say this is a Psycho Pirate in name only. This character has nothing to do with the actual Psycho Pirate. Yes, for some reason, somebody at DC thought we had to bring a character like the Psycho Pirate, who, by the way, I should point out, though, is a character who became vitally important to Crisis Infinite Earths. And here, okay, they claim this is him, but yeah, but he doesn't really act. He doesn't really act like him. I'm not sure why they had to change his appearance. Like, oh, let's have it basically where he shows up with this stork here, becomes part of the Cyborg stork in Superman. Yes, for some reason they have involved there for some reason. Actually, this is part of the whole Cyborg story arc, which is a tie-in to a stork half pages of that book for some reason. I don't know why. But he's here just for a couple issues and he's done with this book. Mm-hmm. And then we have, get this, in these issues, we I think it was said with the previous story, set of issues, we have him fight Dr. Psycho, who was a Wonder Woman villain. Yeah, somebody thought it was a good idea to have him fight a Wonder Woman villain. For reasons. Yep, and this lasts for the next 2 issues, and that's pretty much it for that one. Yeah, and the whole thing was also there's a brief cameo here by the Outsider. Yes, the Outsider makes a brief cameo appearance. Yes, in a flashback, the Outsider. Of course, a flashback. I have to deal with Psycho Pirates and deal with other stuff here. And then come the Krypton Return stuff. Now, basically, the annual is here because, well, outside of the whole thing related to Krypton Returns, the annual is here for one reason. It's to help set up the final set of issues. A set of issues that, I remember when they came out, a lot of people hated it because basically these characters are not like they were supposed to be. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm going to give the trade itself a 8 out of 10. Mm-hmm. Next up, something is a lot better. We have first of 2 preludes to Blackest Night. We have first Green Lantern, The Rage of the Red Lanterns. This collects issues 26, 28, and 36, 38, along with Final Crisis Rage of the Red Lanterns #1. Everything here is written by Jeff Johns, art by Jaime Reyes. Mostly put, basically, this is the debut of the Red Lantern Corps. That's simple what these issues are. Debut of the Red Lantern Corps. And of course, also we're dealing with we also have the debut of the Alpha Lanterns. The Alpha Lanterns, this is basically the debut here. They are the internal affairs of the Green Lantern Corps. Oh yeah, and also they've returned to cyborgs. Yep. And we also see the continuation of the romance between Hal Jordan is co-pilot Cowgirl. Yep. Of course, these issues you also with the Sinestro Corps. And then we have where a Sinestro Corps ring goes to see the Scarecrow, and then for some reason he's stopped by Hal Jordan and John Stewart. So Scarecrow is basically should be joining the group, but he isn't. Yeah, so John Stewart kind of is offered to become part of the Alpha Lanterns. The Alpha Lanterns not only cyborgs, but apparently also they merge with their own power battery. And also these issues, these issues here, so I have to deal with the emergence of the Red Lanterns. We also have to deal with basically dealing with one of the tasks basically look for the corpse of the Anti-Monitor. Yes, the Guardian of Fear. Yeah, then pretty much basically the end 28 we have the debut of Red Lantern. And then we have the origin story, take up issues 29 to 35. Yes, so they have this Final Crisis Rage of Red Lanterns. And this takes this one shot here and the next 3 issues of Green Lantern. Yep, so yeah, and here basically I think it's supposed to be some lantern finding the corpse of the Anti-Monitor. Yep. So, yeah, it's like basically just aside from the debut of a new Lantern Corps, we're just continuing to deal with more loose ends related to the Sinestro Corps War. We're just dealing with that. Plus, we're just having a big build up to it. And also, the issues briefly how Jordan becomes a member of the Corps of the Red Lantern Corps, and then we have debut of the Blue Lantern Corps. Yes, the Blue Lantern Corps in these issues, and also the return of the Star Sapphire Corps. Well, We have the character Fatality, who become a member of the Star Sapphire Corps. Ring, locate Jon Stewart. Yes, a guy who she would sleep with in the very next volume of the series. And it turns out basically that the whole thing, her being in love with him, was actually all the Ring, had nothing to do with her at all. She actually hates Jon Stewart. Yeah, hates the guy she slept with. And I'm like, Stewart, you basically slept with Hot Woman on top of Mogo, and you found out later on, and the whole thing with that was kind of strange. Yep. And this is just really good stuff here. Yeah, Hal Jordan becomes briefly a member of that corps. Then he gets free thanks to Blue Lantern Corps becomes like an amalgamation of them for some reason. Then we have the controllers show up. Yes, the controllers. Which, they're here to deal with other stuff here. Yep. But yeah, this basically just really good. I give this book a 10 out of 10. It's just pure awesome. It's the finest. Yep. So yeah, that's it. Particular review. Next up, I'm going to do 3 straight manga reviews for One Piece. No, One Piece. For Black Clover, My Hero, and Blue Exorcist. Okay, next video. Bye.